The evening sun stretched long shadows across the golden ranch fields, painting the horizon in fire and amber. The rancher, Thomas Hale, a man with a heart weathered by storms and seasons, was closing the barn doors when he heard her voice, shaken, trembling, desperate. "I took it off." "Please," Anna whispered, tears streaming down her face. She was holding something small in her hand, a necklace with a silver locket, now open, revealing nothing inside. Thomas froze, his calloused hands tightening on the wooden door. That necklace was her mother's last gift, the symbol she wore for strength. But now it lay in her palm, empty, as though she had just surrendered the weight of her past. "I can't carry it any more," she cried, falling to her knees in the dust. Thomas, silent at first, felt his heart pound. He knew Anna's battles, the grief she buried deep, the loneliness she carried like chains. He had never seen her so vulnerable, and in that moment he realized she wasn't just letting go of a trinket. She was pleading for a new beginning. Slowly, Thomas knelt beside her, his voice steady but full of compassion. "Anna, taking it off doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're ready for something new." She looked at him, eyes wide with fear and hope, and then, for the first time, she let herself collapse into his arms. The rancher, usually stoic, held her tightly, making his desperate move, not out of panic but out of love. "You're not alone here. From now on, you'll never be alone." The next morning brought the scent of dew on the fields and the soft lowing of cattle in the distance. Anna woke to the sound of Thomas chopping wood outside, the rhythm steady, almost comforting. For the first time in years, she didn't feel the crushing weight of her memories. The locket rested on the wooden table beside her bed, no longer chained around her neck, but still part of her story. She stepped outside, sunlight warming her face, and found Thomas pausing from his work. He looked at her, not with pity, but with pride. "You're stronger than you think," he said simply, offering her an axe. Surprised, she laughed nervously. "Me, chop wood?" Thomas grinned. "Every piece you split is a piece of the past you're breaking." "Through," she hesitated, then lifted the axe with both hands and brought it down hard. The wood cracked cleanly in two. Anna gasped, then laughed, a sound that hadn't been heard on that ranch in years. That day, they worked side by side, planting, tending, building. Every act was small but powerful, a step into healing and renewal. By sundown, Anna leaned on the porch railing, watching the horizon burn with promise. She whispered almost to herself, "Maybe this place isn't just your ranch. Maybe it's our home." Thomas, standing close beside her, tipped his hat and smiled. "That's exactly what I've been waiting for." Weeks turned into months, and the ranch slowly became more than just a place to survive. It became a place to grow. Anna found herself laughing more, working more, and most of all, believing again. The girl who once clung to an empty locket now carried seeds in her palms, planting rows of vegetables beside Thomas, her hands steady and full of purpose. One evening, after a long day of work, Thomas brought her a young foal, a spirited little horse with bright eyes. "He's yours," Thomas said, his voice gruff but warm. Anna's eyes widened as the foal nuzzled against her hand. "Mine? But why?" she asked softly. Thomas looked at her, his gaze steady. "Because he needs someone who understands what it means to start over. Just like you." Anna hugged the foal's neck, tears sparkling, not of sorrow this time, but of gratitude. That night, as the stars filled the endless sky, Anna and Thomas sat together on the porch. The silence between them wasn't heavy anymore. It was comforting, like the pause between heartbeats. "You gave me back my life," Anna whispered. Thomas shook his head gently. "No, Anna, you found your own strength. I just reminded you where to look." She leaned against him, and for the first time, she felt rooted, not to her past, but to her future. The ranch wasn't just Thomas's land anymore. It was theirs, a place where brokenness was turned into hope, and two hearts, once wandering alone, had finally found home.